Hi there everybody, this is David and welcome to new RPG news. We have a bunch of stuff to talk about today this week, as we always do each and every week, from some new physicals to an NES game coming back from the grave, to some new announcements and a different strategy for Sony and PlayStation, which is kind of interesting if I do say so myself. And I definitely do want to go over all that with y'all today, and I definitely do think that's worth the sub as you come and you join a party and you level on up with me. Thank you so much for your sub, your like, and your brand new hype. It helps me out a ton. So our top story is Echoes of Asscrack. Wait, no, it's Echoes of Aincrad Sword Art Online, announced for the PS5, Xbox, and PC till July the 10th worldwide. I am sorry if I don't have any faith in this game. I have played a lot of Sword Art Online games in the past, and all of them were Asscrack. So So yeah, I will withhold my judgment on this one. I will try my best to withhold my judgment on this one until I do play it, and then I'll let y'all know about it. But I'm just saying that I don't have a lot of faith in it, especially because it is developed by Game Studio. Who's Game Studio, you ask? Well, it is a game publisher studio it's just called Game Studio, but what games have they developed? Let's find out. Oh, look, Infinity Trash, Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai. Yeah, again, I don't have a lot of faith in this one. Like, my God. Pre-orders are available for this one right now. Something that I will say that I think is kind of interesting, and I talked about this on Twitter, is that they're not calling it a Sword Art Online game. Like, if you look at the trailer, it is, Echoes of Aincrad! Sword Art Online. It's teensy tiny. And in the official Twitter announcements and everything else, it is called Echoes of Aincrad. They're not even calling it Sword Art Online in the official Namco Bandai Twitters. So kind of interesting. Maybe they're trying to do a new spin-off of it or something, and they're really trying to separate themselves from Sword Art Online, or they just know that Sword Art Online has a really bad reputation, and this is what they're trying to do. Okay, so we have a little bit more information about it. It says, step into Aincrad, a world of beauty and danger where every battle could be your last. Create your hero, choose your gear, and master combat by building synergy up with your partner, leveling up, and unlocking special abilities to expand your horizons. Step into the floating castle of Aincrad, a world of breathtaking beauty and danger where every battle could be your last. Enter a mysterious, vibrant world and reshape your fate. Create your hero, choose your gear, and master combat through your special skills and reflexes. Build synergy with a partner of your choice, level up, and unlock powerful abilities as your horizon expands with every victory. Will you rise and claim your destiny, or fall to foes stronger than you imagined? It's not just a game, it's about a poor survival. Take up your weapon, shape your legend, and enter an adventure to risk your reality. Another really interesting thing that they talked about is that there is a challenge mode. This is not required. It is a separate hard challenge mode, where if you die and you get a game over, the game will literally erase your save, and you have to start all over again at the very beginning, even if you die at the final battle. I don't know who would ever want to do that. Like, that is like beyond, but that is kind of an interesting take on this, like, giving you like some real stakes in the game. Also, it is up for pre-order over here on Amazon. It is $70. I cannot believe that a Sword Art Online game is $70. So yeah, you do have a pre-order bonus with some sort of a weapon pack and all that other kind of stuff, but yikes, I feel like this will be $20 like a month or two after it releases, if it's anything like the other Sword Art Online games. In Konibi, One Store Many Stories adds a Switch 2 version, and it's launching on April the 30th. This is a slice-of-life, narrative-driven simulation game set in a small-town convenience store in the early 1990s Japan. It's coming out for the PS5, Xbox, Switch, Switch 2, and PC. The Switch 2 version is newly announced, and it is physical. That means full game on card. It is not a key card game for the Switch 2, and whenever you do buy it, it comes with all sorts of little doohickeys: the physical game, an original soundtrack card, a sticker sheet, a miniature comic, and a digital costumes download. And shockingly, it is $50. So, okay, you get Sword Art Online for $70. You get this plus all sorts of little doodads and knickknacks for $50. Yeah, And it's kind of like little tiny indie Serenity Forge. Wait, what? Who's Serenity Forge? Versus like huge, massive Namco Bandai. We gotta charge you $70, and you don't get jack for it. Enjoy your Sword Art Online. Yeah, I know, it pisses me off too. Okay. Shelf goods engage in meaningful conversations with your customers and explore the ways that you can impact their lives with your decisions. Discover joy and wonder hidden behind the daily routine of a Konibi worker, engage in meaningful conversations with diverse cast of characters, and see how their stories intertwine in a beautifully rendered early 1990s Japan. Over the course of the game, you're going to establish your own ways of managing the store and see how your day-to-day decisions affect the lives of your customers. You will learn their buying habits and develop a unique approach to each one of them in order to make their experience at the store smooth and pleasant. It's always so amazing to me how these teeny tiny indie companies are able to give you value, give you bang for your buck, give you these little goodies, and charge you, a fair price for their game, but the huge, massive corporations don't give you jack, and then they overcharge you. Great. Just great. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. I loved Monochrome Mobius, and this is the direct sequel to it, and it ended on like this massive cliffhanger. It's kind of like the Trail series, where it ended on a massive cliffhanger, and you're like, oh my god, I can't wait for a second chapter. And this is second chapter. It's like, oh my god. So this is Uchiha no Mono, past and present rediscovered, and we have some character details right here on characters that I cannot pronounce because it's all in Japanese voices, and I'm just terrible. It's Heilu, Kerulao, Toka, and Fuyu. Okay, so like, I can't believe it. So Heilu was in the first game. He's like a little support character, a little doll or whatever, but he's funny. Like this is a really freaking funny game. If you never played Monochrome Mobius, like y'all are missing out. It is funny. So yeah, then we have a new character here, Keru Lai, who looks maybe like the princess. I don't know, but I think that the princess didn't have blue hair, and she definitely wouldn't be wielding this sword right here. It's like Cloud Strife's sword going on right there. We have Toka right here. So yeah, just really cute. Like, oh, they're in the desert, kind of over by like Izumo. So yeah, this is, I cannot wait. I'm wondering if these four characters, like if it's not going to be direct and it's going to follow these four characters instead of like the four characters from the original game, or maybe those four characters from the original game will meet up with these characters, so it isn't like truly direct, you know what I'm saying? Who knows right here, but yeah, this is, oh, there's Shunya. So like, this is, I am so excited for this game. Y'all have no idea. So this is going out for the PS5, Switch 2, and PC worldwide on May the 28th. I was looking on Amazon to see if there is a physical anywhere. I did not see one. Hopefully there will be one. Speaking of physicals, Triangle Strategy for the PlayStation 5 is getting a physical edition on May 29th in Southeast Asia. Yeah, I know. It's currently available digitally everywhere else, but it's only coming out in Southeast Asia, even though it is being supported in English. Yay! Okay, so if you do want this for the PlayStation 5, because it is available right now physically only for the Nintendo Switch, it's available digitally elsewhere, including digitally on the PS5. If you wanted it physically for the PS5, you can buy it via Play Asia. But right now, the pre-orders are not yet opened. They will be ordering soon. I will let y'all know when the pre-orders do open for Triangle Strategy for the PlayStation 5. Japanese Rural Life Adventure for the Switch and PC is now available. That's literally the name of the game, Japanese Rural Life Adventure. That's the name. It has a 20% off launch discount of $19.99. And basically it says your journey begins as a protagonist, a newcomer from the city, starts a solitary life in an old countryside house. Start by clearing out the overgrown weeds, cleaning up the floors, and repairing the soji paper screens. By the time that you've completed the tutorial, you'll have learned the basics of village life. Each morning, an elderly woman visits to sell daily necessities, and each afternoon, a man arrives to buy items that you no longer need. Buy and sell goods as you steadily gather everything required to thrive in the village and complete your missions. So it's essentially kind of like Harvest Moon, really. Did somebody just mention Harvest Moon? Yeah, I did. Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar is coming to the PS5, Xbox on May the 28th, and there is a PlayStation 5 physical edition also available. Woo fricking who. It'll be available physically and digitally, but the physical edition is exclusive to Amazon in the United States. It says, Zephyr Town's Bazaar was once one of the grandest in the world, drawing customers and peddlers from the four corners of the globe. These days, though, the bazaar has more tumbleweeds than customers. So it's up to Zephyr Town's newest resident to turn its fortunes around. Players will raise animals, harvest crops, craft rare delicacies, and then sell wares at their very own stall in the bazaar. As the bazaar business grows, new goods and services will arrive, which players can use to improve their farm, help return prosperity to the bazaar, settle down for a cozy life and start a family, and Zephyr Town is sure to thrive once again. So yeah, this is the Amazon exclusive edition for $50 over here on Amazon, of course, and I will have links below to all of these various physical editions that I've been talking about today. Little Witch in the Woods is coming to the Nintendo Switch this summer. It is currently available for the PC and in-game preview over on the Xbox. It says, A Little Witch's Daily Life as Apprentice. In Lucerne or two, witches live together. They built witch houses in various areas and have been sending their apprentice witches there. The apprentice witches must go to one of the witch houses and help the nearby village and villagers. If you complete your apprenticeship successfully, you can become a formal witch. Become Ellie the Apprentice Witch and experience her daily life. So yeah, if you like these kind of slice of life games like that, then this is right up your alley. Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection has a new launch trailer and screenshots. Capcom did a showcase just yesterday, actually, and then I made a video about the Capcom showcase and the Namco Bandai showcase. And yeah, so we're going to be going over these kind of a more quick and dirty than I went over the other day. If you want a more in-depth, then look at the video that I put out yesterday. Well, I guess it'd be 2 days ago because I record on Friday, but I put it on Thursday. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about, the last video that I put out. It says, ahead of the fast-approaching March 13th launch of Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection, Capcom released a launch trailer that delivers a dramatic synopsis of the engaging story and announced a special animated trailer offering an expanded look into the protagonist's childhood and their journey becoming a ranger set before the events of the upcoming role-playing game. This is coming out for the Switch 2, PS5, Xbox, and PC. And I played the demo. There is a demo available, and you can transfer your save data into the full game upon launch, and the demo was a whole lot of fun to me. I'm not a fan of the rock, paper, scissors combat, but that's Monster Hunter Stories. I mean, it kind of is what it is. More the exploration, as far as I'm concerned, the exploration, the storytelling, and things like that. Now, if you do have previous save data from prior Monster Hunter games, you can unlock armor bonuses. So you can go ahead and do that. And then it says, upon launch on March the 13th, the gold circlet accessory and Simon's Wind Werven's Friend layered armor will unlock as free day one downloadable content. So that is cosmetic free DLC. If you do pre-order the game, you'll also receive the Eleanor Skyscale Queen layered armor. And just like Namco Bandai pricing their Echoes of Aincrad, Monster Hunter Stories 3 is also $70 physically right here. We'll have links below for purchase. Pragmata's release date got moved by 1 week to April the 17th. It was April 24th, it is now April 17th, coming out for the PS5, Xbox, Switch 2, and PC. There's also a brand new trailer exploring previously unseen locales within the lunar setting of Pragmata. I know it's lunar, but I'm so addicted to lunar. Anyway. These levels include the surface of the moon and a lush greenhouse-like sector within the station where formidable new foes await Hugh and Diana as they fight to escape and return to Earth. Pre-orders for Pragmata are available now and include samurai-themed Neo Bushido outfit for Hugh and a ninja-inspired Neo Kuniichi costume for Diana as a bonus. Players can also experience the game's unique and thrilling gameplay today with the Pragmata Sketchbook demo, so a new demo is out for Pragmata. Shockingly enough, though, Pragmata is actually cheaper than Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection. Pragmata is at $60 brand new, whereas Monster Hunter Stories was at $70 brand new. So yeah, kind of some strange pricing here by Capcom. You would think that because Pragmata, I feel, would kind of like, be marketed towards more of like a mainstream audience, I guess, that they would have priced it, higher. But no, it's $10 cheaper than Monster Hunter Stories. Interesting. This game actually looks pretty good. It's called Rust Steel Eternal Labyrinth Castle, and it's launching on March the 13th. It's currently in early access. I had never heard of this game, as usual, I know. It says, within the castle lies lost memories or a cruel fate. Guided by the fairy Cotrin, the protagonist Rustil sets foot in the Labyrinth Castle, a place where souls of the dead rest. As she encounters the spirits of countless heroes and inherits their will, she pushes deeper into the abyss. What awaits her at the end is a mystery of the castle and a harsh truth carved into her very being. So it says it has exhilarating roguelike action combat with monsters and swords at your command. A world where a huge castle suddenly appears. The protagonist Rustil, who has no memory of his past, is drawn into the labyrinthine castle. I thought it was a her. That's kind of a her, but okay, whatever. Choose your favorite ability from the souls of the heroes lying in the labyrinthine castle and acquire it. Enjoy a variety of combat styles with one-handed swords, magical staves, and gun blades, and more. It said somewhere that there were 7 different heroes that you could choose from, so 7 different combat styles right there too. Looks pretty neat. Console Archive's Nabunga's Ambition launches on March the 5th. This is a 1988 historical simulation game that I played back in the day. Did not like it, but I was also very young, so maybe I'd like it now, but I kind of doubt it. It says it's a historical simulation game. You become a Sengoku Daimyo with the ultimate goal of unifying all of Japan. As the tides of war shift from moment to moment, you must determine how to enrich your domain, strengthen your military, and conquer rival nations. Use every ounce of your ingenuity to bring an end to the turbulent Sengoku period. The series is packed with convenient features, including customizable button layouts and screen settings, as well as the ability to save and load at any point. Whether you played them back in the day or are experiencing them for the first time, please enjoy the masterpieces that shape the history of console gaming. So, it's kind of a strange thing to me. Like, okay, so I don't know how to explain this to somebody who's young today, that back in the day, we didn't really know that JRPGs were from Japan. I guess we knew that they were from Japan, but like there was these Eastern RPGs, and then there were like RPGs, which are like more mainstream. Whenever I say that, I mean like Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest, and things like that were like the more mainstream ones. And then there were like these Eastern RPGs, like Nabunga's Ambition or Enindo Way of the Ninja. And the ones that I played, like Nabunga and Enindo, I hated. So whenever I got around to like stuff like Romance of the Three Kingdoms, I also kind of hated that one too. So these more Eastern JRPG, it's kind of so strange to say it and describe it this way, but I have no other way of like kind of describing it. I don't really like them all that much. Like they just weren't good to me, and I guess haven't really given them a chance ever since, I suppose. Whereas the more mainstream regular JRPGs like the Final Fantasies and the Dragon Quest, like I've always loved, so again, that probably makes 0 sense to somebody who's younger. And when I say younger, I mean like 20 and 30-year-olds. But people who are my age, they probably get what I'm trying to say here. Suikoden, the anime, airs in October with a first trailer. This is an anime adaptation of Suikoden 2. Woohoo! I thought that if I was strong, I could protect everyone. 2 young boys, the hero Ryu? Why are they changing the hero's name? I do not know. I will not call him that any longer. He is Ryu, and that is my end of my story. And his best friend Joey were members of the youth brigade of their home nation, the Highland Kingdom, a powerful military nation located in the northeast of the Dunan region. The 2 of them looked up to the same starry skies, slept in the same tent, and believed in the same future. Once the fighting was over and the night ended, their daily lives were sure to return. Contrary to their hopes, the 2 boys became swept up in a whirlpool of fate, guided by the flames of war. The powerless boys reached for and grasped immense power. As the 108 stars shine brightly in the murky horizon, the boys step forward, each with their own beliefs, for an answerless question. So I don't watch a whole lot of anime, as if that's a shock to anybody out there. I've always said that, I just don't. I don't really enjoy it all that much, although I did watch Sailor Moon back in the day, but that's pretty much it. And then I did watch the Dragon Quest Your Story thing, which was based on Dragon Quest V. I liked that. And then I do remember when I was very, very, very young, there was a Dragon Quest or Dragon Warrior anime on TV. It came on really early, and I only caught a couple of episodes here and there, but I did enjoy that one too. And maybe I should go back and see if that's like a thing. If anybody knows what the name of that was, like I would love to watch that. Was that Adventures of Dai? I don't think it was Adventures of Dai. It was something else. But anyway, this one based on Suikoden 2, Best Suikoden, I will definitely be watching. It looks pretty freaking cool. And also, if this is successful, they already said this, if this is successful and Suikoden Starleap is successful, they will look into more Suikodens. Yeah, I don't know if that means more Suikoden remakes, remasters, or if that just means more Suikoden entries. And in our final story of the day, we have a different strategy, a different plan of attack for Sony. It says that Sony is no longer releasing big PlayStation 5 games over on the PC. The PC plans for Ghost of Yotai and Saros have been reportedly scrapped. It says this is according to a Bloomberg report by Jason Schreier, I don't know, citing people familiar with the company's plans. Online games such as Marathon and Marvel Token Fighting Souls will be made available on PC, but titles such as Ghost of Yotai and the upcoming Saros will remain exclusive to PlayStation 5. In recent weeks, the Sony Interactive Entertainment reportedly scrapped plans to bring Ghost of Yotai and other internally developed games to the PC. This does not appear to affect Sony Interactive Entertainment published games by external developers, these means like third-party games, such as Death Stranding 2 On the Beach and Kena Scars of Cosmora, which are still planned for a release on the PC this year. One faction within Sony Interactive Entertainment expressed concerns that releasing games on PC damages the PlayStation console's brand and will hurt the sales of PlayStation 5 and its successors, the people said. Well, duh frickin' huh, if you release all of your games multi-platform on the PC as well as the PlayStation 5, and people already have a PC that plays these PlayStation games, why in the world are they going to spend $600, $700, $800 on a PlayStation 5 when they could just buy the games on the PlayStation or on the PC? Like, duh! Duh! So it looks like Sony is waking up to Nintendo's kind of console exclusivity plan where they're saying, all Nintendo games stay on a Nintendo ecosystem so that people actually have a reason to buy a Nintendo. Whoa! Wow! Who knew? Man! Like, isn't this like business 101? Like, how dumb are these people? So yeah, I mean, I understand that I get it. I get why they would want to release their games on the PC because there's a big market on the PC. And, maybe putting them on the PC and selling them there would kind of like offset any kind of, losses that they would have had for not selling their console. But it looks like that plan of attack, that business model did not pan out, and they're going Nintendo's route and saying, what, we're going to be doing our exclusives on the PlayStation 5, and there's been a lot of talk from a lot of people being like, why should I buy a PlayStation 5? There's nothing exclusive for it. And even I, personally, have been thinking that too. I've been like, should I even get a PS6 if that comes out? They're talking about it, but I'm like, everything that I want on the PlayStation 5 either gets released simultaneously on the Nintendo or it's available on the PC. So it's like, why should I spend $1,000 something on a PlayStation 6? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, different business model here. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comments. And as always, have a good day.